Hey guys, Novaexplosion, and welcome to Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I told you all I would be back to play these games. I played the first Cold Steel games. That's about it. Cold Steel 1 was a good game. Cold Steel 2 was a better game, and I enjoyed them quite a bit. And from what I've heard, Cold Steel 3, to my understanding, I don't actually know because I haven't played them yet, but to my understanding, Cold Steel 3 starts to dabble in, maybe a little bit of spoiler for the Sky and Crossbow games, even references, so it's hey, you probably will enjoy this more if you play the other games. And apparently Cold Steel 4, it being the last one in the saga, completely is no holds barred. So I was you know what, I finished Cold Steel 2, I might as well just go back now, play them in order, and then we'll dive to Cold Steel 3 and 4, because I'd rather just understand all the references in Cold Steel 3 that refer to Sky and Crossbow. So here we are, we're playing Sky. I think I finished my Cold Steel 2 playthrough a little over a year ago, I think. The first Cold Steel game was, I played it over a long period of time. I remember I started in January, and I didn't finish it until September. But that was mostly because I couldn't find time to record it, and eventually I just streamed the rest of it because I just wasn't getting it done. And both those games are, well over 60 hours, 180 parts plus. So I'm expecting Sky to be maybe not the same length, but more or less the same length. So we finished Persona 3 and here we are, we're playing Sky. The only thing I know about Trails in the Sky is the main characters are named Estelle and Joshua, and it takes place in Liberl, which was mentioned a few times in Cold Steel. The first two Cold Steel games, more Cold Steel 1, but from what I'm told, Cold Steel games are kind of separate from Sky, but obviously there are probably some references you would understand. And I technically played this game for 3 hours, but I remember very little of it, so we're gonna dive in. This is gonna be really fun. It was a little bit of a hassle to get this because I'm playing this on Steam. I actually got all 3 Sky games for I got the first one was $10. I think the second and the third were $20. I got all the Sky games for $50. They were all on sale last week. So I paid for a full price game, essentially, a Nintendo Switch game, a little less than a Nintendo Switch game, for all 3 Sky games. So that's a pretty good bargain. And I did like Cold Steel 1 and 2 a good bit. So I'm looking forward to going back and seeing how Trails got started. I'm playing on normal. Absolutely not hard and nightmare. Did Cold Steel not have an easy mode as well? I guess Cold Steel didn't have an easy mode. It probably just went normal, hard, nightmare, or whatever. But yeah, I know nothing about this game other than, Estelle and Joshua are the main characters of the game, and it takes place in Liberl. That's all I know. So, let's enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. Also, as I play the game, I'm counting on you guys for audio and stuff. Flygon, welcome to stream. You do see some trails. I'm very excited. I can finally make it just for an hour. Hey, a little bit is better than none. An hour. That's still pretty good. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, let's dive into the game. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today. This game was made in 2005, right? I'm pretty sure the Windows version came this was late for the US. This came earlier in Japan. I don't exactly know. And Shara's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit before dinner. Oh, you got a staff, Pog? Hey, I'm home. Was that my father? It is 2004. Interesting. I was 4 years old. Daddy! Or depending on when it came out, I could have been 3. I was 3 or 4. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though, I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to be clothes and jewelry? Aw, Estelle's a tomboy. I can respect it. I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Ah, you're a sharp one. Now why don't you come have a look? You got me a baby! I think Estelle's too young to be a mother. Why? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? What? Why is my present a boy? Don't make a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Looks kind of dead if you ask me. Alright, I like this Estelle girl already. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. He sure sleeps soundly. And he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid anyway? And why is he hurt? He's your fellow protagonist, Estelle. Why did you bring him to our house? Is he in... I was like, what is that word? I think it's supposed to say illegitimate, but obviously Estelle being a child, this is accurate. Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray mommy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Sherazard, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl's gonna get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh look, bracers, that was a big thing in Cold Steel. Huh? He's waking up. Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just work out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. How old are these children? Like, they're young, but... You have an idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! Oh my word. Estelle just like drop-kicked him. You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it longer for your body to heal. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it... Wait a minute. Don't try and change the sub. These 2004 animations. Quit yelling. Alright already. But you jump on me like that isn't gonna make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just gonna make things worse. Do I hear Y-E-L-L-I-N-G? Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name. You know, that thing that people call you. I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? Seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... Either you have amnesia or they just don't show me your name. At this time. What a start to this game, my word. Oh, this like the opening or something? Oh, this opening looks really nice. The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. The first of 3. That is really loud. This should be fine for audio. Ah yes, the black-haired boy. He's got a harmonica. Or ocarina. Whatever. Oh, and there's Cassius Bright. Oh, nice art style we have here. Very Tales of. That blonde-haired dude look oddly familiar. Oh, is that the letter invitation for Smash? Estelle and Joshua for Smash? Can you imagine? Word. This is like, it's a really good song, but it's blowing my ears off. I need to lower my headset. Hey, small child. Dude with a big sword. Can't wait to learn more about all these characters. Anyway, my Trails knowledge is limited because Cold Steel, like, didn't really dive into Liberl stuff. Like, they mentioned it every now and then, but they probably had, like, small little references for people who played the Sky games. So, I know, like, nothing about Liberl, other than the fact that it exists in the universe of Zemeria. That opening was kind of hype. Yeah, why stop at Estelle and Joshua? Everybody's here. Just the whole Trails in the Sky cast. Oh, it's so bright in here. Oh, your last name is Bright. Haha. Very funny. I slept like a rock. I like Estelle's character design. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. Also, I get to finally stop saying Daddy. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. I guess that's a no. Well, I guess I better get ready myself. Probably recommend replaying them with the knowledge. I might actually replay them. I don't think I'll be able to do playthroughs of them, but I'll probably replay them on my own time. Like, maybe I'll NG plus them and, like, rewatch the scenes. Like, after Trails to Azure is the last one. Either that or, like, get, like, a detailed summary or something. But if I have time, I would like to replay them, especially Cold Steel 2. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind, but that's... What, with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber? What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. Tisk tisk, how wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I'm clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how fortunate for you. You can at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. I love Falcom's writing quality. It really is just a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs, too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. Do I need to hire the game audio a bit, chat, or does it sound good? Like, there's no voice acting, but like, how does the music sound? You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl's gonna be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. How is this man unpopular with the ladies? Actually unbelievable. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. At least based on looks, Joshua does not look like he'd be unpopular with the women. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. You brought this on yourself, Estelle. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay, I'm on my way. Good with the volume? Sounds good to me. Okay, perfect. I mean, when we get to battle, I'll probably ask again. We'll see how the battle system goes. Like, for right now, as long as it's good, we'll just adjust it on the fly when I get to a battle. FC, SC, third, 0, Azure, close to 1, close to 2, close to 3, close to 4. Reverie's in July? Oh yeah, I'm definitely... I'll be done with the Sky games by then. I definitely won't be ready to play it day of, but like, I'll play it once I make my way through. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? I think Azure, like, didn't Azure, like, it's either coming out this month or it came out already, like, to modern consoles. So, when I'm done with Sky, I'll have a way to play... I'll be able to play Zero and Azure on my PS5. That's right, it'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not gonna let you treat me like a kid anymore. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning, or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you, too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning and training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we fail, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap, totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. By the way, I really love portraits in games with dialogue. It's because I played Grandia and Lunar, and Grandia and Lunar are the two games that come to mind that have like portraits with their dialogue. I just really like it. It adds to the scene. And Cold Steel had like portraits, but they weren't like artwork. Like they were like the models of the portraits, which were fine, but I'm very much more akin to this style of portrait. Azure came out 2 days ago. Ooh, wow. Yeah, I know it was available in Japan for a while. The whole thing was like they were Japan exclusive for such a long time, and then like they fan translated them, and then they actually officially localized them. The point is, I have a way to play both of them. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it, I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. I honestly don't know how you survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve? S-I-E-V-E? Don't know what that's supposed to mean. Papa's sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's going to be waiting for us there. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Alright, well. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Rouen-styled scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think it's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle, or our stomachs. Well, Joshua got them. You're right, I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet. I don't like omelets, and I'm also not a big fish person. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude, but I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberl news from the general goods store. We're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of the Liberl news from the general goods store. For Zero and Azure, I'd recommend against the PS version, since the PC and Switch version got quality of life that PS4 didn't get. Really? What quality? This is fine because these are quality. I don't care if you like tell me what those are, but would you mind like telling me specifically? Because that would be I have a Switch, so like if they're that big a deal, I could get them for Switch. But I'm just curious what the Switch and PC versions have over the PS4 one. And it wouldn't be considered a spoiler because first of all, I'm asking, and second of all, it's about quality of life stuff. Yo, I got 500 Mira. Right, Mira's the currency in this game. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard, give Sherazard my regards.